The second part of photosynthesis is light-independent reaction. Light-independent reaction is also known as Calvin cycle or C3 pathway. This reaction occurs in the stroma during daylight, but it does not require energy. What does it need? It needs CO2 for carbon fixation. It needs NADPH plus H+, which act as reducing agent. And it needs ATP, which act as energy source. Both NADPH and ATP comes from light-dependent reaction. This is why Calvin cycle happens during daylight, because it needs the product from light-dependent reaction. From Calvin cycle, we will produce G3P. G3P is a 3-carbon simple sugar molecule that will be used to later produce glucose. Calvin cycle has 3 phases, which is carbon fixation, reduction, and regeneration of RuBP. In carbon fixation, 1 molecule of CO2 will be fixed with 1 molecule of 5-carbon RuBP. This process is catalyzed by enzyme RuBisco. This will produce a 6-carbon molecule that is unstable and will split to form 2 molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate. In order to produce the product of Calvin cycle, which is G3P, 3 CO2 will need to be fixed. For each CO2 fix, this is considered as 1 turn of Calvin cycle. So, 3 turns of Calvin cycle will occur simultaneously. From carbon fixation, we will produce 6 molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate. The second phase is reduction. Each of the 3-phosphoglycerate will undergo phosphorylation. By ATP to form 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. 6 ATP will hydrolyze into 6 ADP. 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate will then be reduced by NADPH plus H+. 6 molecules of NADPH will be oxidized into 6 NADP+. 1 phosphate group will also be removed from each of the 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. At the end of this step, we will produce 6 molecules of G3P. From the 6 G3P, only 1 will be used by plant to later produce glucose. The other 5 will enter the next phase, which is regeneration of RuBP, where the 5 molecules of G3P are rearranged to form 3 molecules of RuBP. In this step, 3 ATP will be hydrolyzed to 3 ADP. Now, we will have 3 molecules of RuBP ready to enter the cycle again. In conclusion, to synthesize 1 G3P, a 3-carbon molecule, it will take 3 times or 3 turns of Calvin cycle. We will need to fix 3 CO2, 9 ATP for phosphorylation, and 6 NADPH for reduction. And in order to synthesize 1 glucose, a 6-carbon molecule, we will need 2 molecules of G3P. It will take 6 turns of Calvin cycle. 6 CO2 will need to be fixed, 18 ATP for phosphorylation, and 12 NADPH for reduction.